Hey, good evening, Augusta Nation. I am on my way home from the Estimator Trail. I don't believe it's, not quite sure what time it is, but I don't think it is quite 5:30. So got off a little bit early today and headed home. My son's 4th birthday is on the 27th, so we'll be celebrating his birthday on Saturday, and we are going to go take him to Target, let him pick out a toy from mom and dad, and so that's going to be super fun. Just watch and see what he picks out. And I have estimates are definitely pumping up. The spring rush is in full swing, and I think here in Augusta, Georgia, peak spring rush is middle of April all the way through May. So like if you had to pick a 6-week peak, that would be us here in Augusta. And you know, we've got warm season grass, so it's really just waking up, getting those ground temperatures up, and we will be mowing some thick grass all the way through September, and that's our growing season. So I know a lot of y'all franchisees that are more north are just getting to where snow is off of the ground, and y'all are getting up and running as well. So a little bit about what we've got going on, some recent hires. I think in the past 4 weeks we have went through, as far as like team member wise, 3 tryouts, and then 1 person that had been with us a couple months. So I think four total employees. And I know that hot on the topic, one of the, I guess, most pressing obstacles that we face, or things that really drive our business, that should always be on our mind, is hiring. And most people, especially starting up, it's yourself as out there producing, and either one person or a handful of people. That is the hardest time. I'd say zero to $500,000, $600,000, $700,000, where your name, your recognition is not really out there. You don't really have a whole lot of people working for you, and you're trying to find people any which way you can. It doesn't really seem like talent is readily available, and it's not, and it's hard. But getting through that, at least what I've experienced, is as you grow the business, as we've been in business total since 2008 or 2014, so been around for a little while. And as we gain more team members, most of our good hires come from referrals. And that may not sound like, well, damn, that's not going to help me right now. I don't really have many people to refer from. As you do build that business, because the past, I think it was 3 of them. It's actually all 4 team members that we went through in the past 4 weeks. One of them that had been here for a little while and that had left. And the 3 people we tried out came from Facebook. Did the application, or they called us from one of the job postings, and didn't work out at all. And then we have, let's see here, how many do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 2 or 3, and the vast majority of our team members have all, like the good ones that have stayed, have come from a referral from another team member. And it's tough when you're just starting out, because you're like, man, where can I find these people? And I've tried Facebook. I'll do a nice job post, like to be got our Augusta logo on there. But even if you're not an Augusta franchisee, visual, taking a little bit of time in Canva or Photoshop or whatever you can use, have your logo, have your job offer in short terms, lawn care team member, whatever you want to call it, have the hourly range, and for us that do pay for performance, I don't mind putting out there a range, have an hourly range and a weekly range, something that's going to grab attention and be able to obviously click and easily go through the application process. But we've tried Facebook, I did Indeed for a while, spent a lot of money on that. It was last year, the year before. I didn't find a whole lot of good stuff from that, but definitely being visual, putting it out there, and I think posting, videos, short videos on Facebook about employment with your company, what you offer, trying to be just like, trying to differentiate yourself from the other providers in terms of service. You've got to do that for possible employment too. You've got to market to the folks out there that are in the industry, that might want to be in the industry. And we have found, just for us, that a younger workforce has worked out a whole lot better for us. 18 to 25 has really been, we've had a good success with it. So that's what we've been going through. We just hired this morning our 9th team member, and going into the peak of the growing season, the heat that will start sticking in May and not end until after September. I know one of our team members, which I'm very excited for. It's what it's our mission here. It's kind of our promise to our team to increase personal and financial development, and offer as much support as we possibly can for our team members that want more out of life. And everybody that comes in, we tell them, we don't want you in a field position for more than 3 years, and we want you to develop goals for yourself and really try to go after your potential. And so whether it be with lawn care, with us, with themselves, or something completely different, like we had a couple years ago, we had one team member say he wanted to get into trucking, and so we supported him through that. He went through that, and now he's a trucker. So, but this one team member, he's now part-time. He is trying to start his own lawn care business, Simply Green, and we're supporting him with that. We've moved him down to, I think, 3 days here, Monday through Wednesday, and then he's out for the rest of the week growing his business. And so I believe he will most likely, in the next 6 weeks with our spring rush, fill up to where we'll have to transition him out. So we'll have to hire his replacement eventually, and then probably another team member, possibly 2. So 3 more positions, and things can happen as far as team members leaving too. But I would say in the immediate 4 weeks, we'll hire 2 people, and probably add another during the peak. So that's what we've got going on for hiring. And let me know in the comments any struggles that you're currently dealing with hiring, and if there's any questions that I could try to answer and provide any sort of value, I would love to. As far as like in this labor market, we can only, we got to play by the rules of the game, and it's super hard to find people. But what you have to do, just like whenever you are marketing your services or providing a service, you got to provide value. And same way we do our customers, people want us as landscape professionals. Most people want to see a clean presence, professional look, clean trucks with logos on them. They want communication. In today's age, communication is so readily available, but also the norm for our industry is not prompt and professional communication. I think the norm in the industry is to be ignored, call for an estimate, and not show up. So just like you want to present yourself in a way to provide the most value in your market, you also, in this labor economy, have to provide the most value to your potential employees. So, and pay is the reason why people come to work. So if you're not set up to be able to offer the most amount of compensation in your market, it's a problem that you've you've got to handle. We've been able to face it and use pay for performance to help us out, to help us be the most competitive in the market. But one of the guys that we hired today, it's like a real hardworking young man, professional, courteous, attentive in the meeting and in the interview, and he's working for a company for 1.5 years, doing good work for him, lawn maintenance and some landscaping, and he's getting paid $11.75 an hour. And that was probably fine a few years ago, but we've recently gone through a lot of inflation. The labor market is not dying for work, and you've got to bump it up. So depending on where your market is, I would say it would be very wise to be several dollars above what average is. So like our average, I would still say our average here in Augusta, Georgia, for a team member doing lawn maintenance, it's like $10-12. And here for Augusta, we offer $16 base pay, and our experienced team members can earn $20 or more per hour. So that puts us above just immediately with pay every single provider here in Augusta, Georgia. And then pay's not everything, but it definitely gets people in the door. And then being able to offer opportunity that exceeds field level work. It doesn't have to be in your own company. It can just be a culture of support in personal development and financial education. So that's what we try to do here. Yeah, shout out in the comments. Let me know how you're doing. If there's anything I can do to help, please ask any questions and I'll get back to you. Hope you have a great day and enjoy the spring rush.